Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
Got older, I didn't really understand the demographics of gang banging, but I was already in it. I had a hatred towards Crips. I couldn't stand Crips. I couldn't fathom to even want to be in the same room as a Crip, let alone be around a Crip. We were taught that they were the enemy. We were taught to hate them. We were taught to destroy them by any means necessary because they were the bully. They outnumbered us 20-1. They were the big gang. We were the little up and coming gangs that were fighting against the Crips. And we were misled because we ended up hating people that were our cousins, our brothers, our friends, people that we went to school with in Head Start, elementary, junior high school, all of that. We were all friends once upon a time. Then we ended up turning into enemies. Growing up in Pasadena, I never really wanted to be a gangster or a gang member or nothing like that. It just came my way. It was something that I seen. It was something that I loved. It was something that I admired. And it was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to follow in my brother's footsteps so bad. I wanted to be just like my brother. I wanted to fight just like my brother. I wanted to gang bang like my brother. I wanted to sag my pants like my brother. I wanted to wear my khaki suits just like my brother. I wanted to iron my red letters on my khaki suit just like my brother. I wanted my red shoestrings in my shoes just like my brother. That's the only reason why I wanted to gang bang, because I looked up to my brother. And whatever my brother told me to do, I did it. If my brother put me on assignment, I went on assignment. One thing I could say my brother taught me was to never tell on yourself. If you go put in that work, don't tell nobody you put in that work. You keep it to yourself. You don't ever want to be known. You don't want everybody to know the things that you do and how you do them, because that's how you go to jail and that's how you get caught. So I always obeyed the rules that my brother taught me, and those rules paid off for me to this day. As I got older, I didn't really understand the demographics of gang banging, but I was already in it. I had a hatred towards Crips. I couldn't stand Crips. I couldn't fathom to even want to be in the same room as a Crip, let alone be around a Crip. We were taught that they were the enemy. We were taught to hate them. We were taught to destroy them by any means necessary because they were the bully. They outnumbered us 20-1. They were the big gang. We were the little up and coming gangs that were fighting against the Crips. And we were misled because we ended up hating people that were our cousins, our brothers, our friends, people that we went to school with in Head Start, elementary, junior high school, all of that. We were all friends once upon a time. Then we ended up turning into enemies. Then I remember when I first started selling dope in 1985. And that changed my life, because I'm this young kid now and I got more money than my father. I got more money than my mom's welfare check. I don't need my mama to buy school clothes for me no more. I don't need to ask my dad, can he give me some money so I can go to the arcade? Or can he give me some money so I can go buy me some shoes at Walt Butler's on Lake Street? Now I can go buy my own shoes at Walt Butler. I can go buy 4 or 5 pairs of shoes at Walt Butler. I can go down to the Pasadena Mall and buy every color Levi's, every color of corduroys, with a shirt and a hat to match, and walk across the street on Colorado and Los Robles and buy jewelry at the jewelry store with rings on every finger, gold chains on every finger, earrings in each ear, buying Louis Vuitton belts, Louis Vuitton hats, Louis Vuitton wallets, Louis Vuitton jackets. Had all of that as a teenager. So now I got guns, lots of guns. The homies in the hood got lots of guns. We feel power. We feel arrogance. We feel like we're untouchable. We feel like we unstoppable. We ain't got no problem with set tripping with nobody. Because if anybody got a problem with us, we gonna deal with them. So we own one. We got our own clique. We got our own crew. I don't no longer have to look up to my brother no more because I'm with my own homies now. We ain't the little BGs no more that was running up behind them and following up behind them. Now we was out doing our own thing. We was out there slanging and banging and doing our own thing now. We surpassed some of our OGs, but we respected our OGs. We never disrespected our OGs coming up. We were not allowed to disrespect our OGs. We stayed in protocol because nobody was bigger than the set, ever. So when the big homie spoke, we listened. But I was never the type of person to where I was gonna ever let somebody put me on a crash test dummy mission. I wasn't that type of dude. I was very quiet, very subtle, very calculated with anything that I've ever done growing up as a young man. That was very ignorant and very misguided and wasn't educated to a standpoint to where I didn't care if I lived. I didn't care if I died. All I wanted to do was bang the hood, represent the hood, live for the hood, die for the hood. It was Pasadena Devil Lanes or nothing. I didn't know nothing about Pasadena Denver Lane growing up until I became a teenager. But I don't know, whatever the homie, one of the big homies said, that it was the dude that came over from LA and he got us to, you know what I'm saying, coincide with him to call us Pasadena Devil Lane. But nah, man, I remember growing up as a kid, it was Pasadena Devil Lane. We used to go down to the Pasadena Mall and we used to go to the second floor. And it used to be a press shop. And they used to have red letters. And we used to buy those red letters, or we used to steal those red letters. And we used to put them on our khaki suits. And then we used to wear the baseball shirts with the red sleeves on them, with the white in the middle. And we used to go to that same exact store. And we used to buy the Red Devil. And the Crips used to buy the Blue Devil. And we used to put Pasadena Devil Lane Blood Gang on those shirts. I remember that vividly like it was yesterday. So when the homies started claiming Denver Lane, then everybody else fell in line and started claiming Denver Lane. That's real talk. I've been around this for a long time. 1979 to be exact. You ain't have to see me in the hood all the time. You didn't have to see me going to the hood. I didn't need to. I didn't have to. I didn't want to. Even though I represented my neighborhood wherever I went, I always represented Pasadena. Whether I was in Riverside County, LA County, Sacramento County, San Bernardino County are always representing my neighborhood to the fullest. Never back down when I was a young man, when I was ignorant and didn't care. Didn't have a problem with doing bodily harm to nobody or hurt nobody that was trying to hurt me or do bodily harm to me. Never ran from no man in a head up, whether he was bigger than me, taller than me, stronger than me, or whatever. I never ran. The only time I ever ran is if somebody was shooting bullets at me and they was trying to gun me down. You damn Skippy, I'm gonna run. I'm brave, but I ain't that goddamn brave. But can't no man on this planet that see this video say that I ran. You know what I'm saying? I only lost 2 fights in my whole entire life. And that was when I was 39 years old. And I knew from that time on, I can't keep up no more. My body was slowing down, and I couldn't fight these youngsters no more. I couldn't get down with these youngsters no more. I couldn't keep up no more. It was time for me to step away and let the little BGs and the little homies that was out here banging with me in the Inland Empire, to let them do their thing. I just wanted to sit back and make my money, and that's exactly what I did. But I always make sure I represented my neighborhood to the fullest, to where everybody knew where I was from. And I wanted to address something on this video, because I remember a lot of the little homies used to get mad because out here where I live at in San Bernardino, they call me LK. So the homies took it to offense that they was saying that I was disrespecting the hood, meaning that LK mean lane killer. And that wasn't never the case, homie. The only reason why my little brother them called me LK stand for low key. I was a low key dude. I was always low profile. So that's why they called me LK, and the name stuck. It wasn't never to disrespect my hood. It wasn't never to disrespect the neighborhood and where I'm from and where I was born and raised. It was none of that at all. I'm always gonna be Big Eye, Gangsta 12 gauge, the cleanup man. But out here, I'm just LK. I'm just a low-key dude that just does his thing. You know? I'm not a gangbanger no more. I am a civilian. I get up and go to work every day. I get up and provide for my family. My kids are grown. They on their own. I'm a grandfather now. I have a good career. I have a good job. I work with some of the best people in the world, some of the best professionals in the world. I actually have a career. A 3-time felon with a career. But I'm here, and I'm proud that I'm still here. I lost so many friends along the way to those streets. I'll never see those people again. And this is why a lot of times I spend majority of my time alone. Because I've lost so much. I've endured so much pain. I've took so many losses. Best friends gone. Good friends gone. Childhood friends gone. There's people that I'll never see again. I'd never see Wheelo again. I'd never see Gordon Simpson again. I'd never see Dennis Springfield again. I'd never see Big Lowdown again. I'd never see my cousin Johnny Mitchell again. I'd never see Dante Woods again. I'd never see Corey Woods again. I'd never see Ramon Fulton again. I'd never see Michael Woods again. I'd never see Kadani again. I'd never see Swamp again. I'd never see OG Old Man again. I'd never see Macho again. No. And I can go on and on and on of how many people that are gone and that have lost their lives to these streets. This ain't no game, man. and you got all of these people out here politicking, and that's their thing. Gang banging ain't gonna never die, man. It's always gonna be here. It's always gonna be here to stay. It's never gonna leave. It's never gonna vanish. As long as the welfare system is implemented, and as long as the young brothers and sisters are going to be redlined to be in certain neighborhoods where they purposely giving you county, they purposely giving you Section 8, and they purposely putting you in a position where you can't win, gangbanging is going to be here to the end of time. I can promise you that, and I definitely know that. Do I regret being in the gang for all of those years? Nah, I don't regret it. Because it was something that I wanted to do. It was something that I wanted to be a part of. It was something that I enjoyed doing. But I did it the way I wanted to do it. I did it the smart way. I didn't have to prove to nobody who I am or what I am or what I'm about. When you can do something like that and you could never get caught for anything that you have done, not even catching a dope case, not even stepping a foot in the penitentiary, that's gangster. Not ratting on your homeboys or giving people up so you can be free, that's gangster. All this other stuff, that ain't gangster, man. That's never been gangster. Telling on yourself, telling on your homeboys, making a big scene, doing stupid things that you know you had no business doing, knowing that somebody gonna tell on you and you gonna end up doing time in the penitentiary. I ain't never thought the penitentiary was a badge of honor. Sorry, I just never have. Because I like my freedom, and I like money, and I like to move around, and I like to travel, and I like to see different places and go different places, because I got my passport, and I be on a mission. And I'm thankful. I'm very thankful by the grace of God that I'm still here, that I've lived a long life to still be here when there's hundreds of people that I knew or I came across in my life that is no longer here. I am truly blessed, and I am truly blessed to tell this story because I am living proof. And for somebody that's watching this video, homie, you can be living proof too. You can make it if you put your mind to it. I've been through it all. I've done with dealing with hoes. I've done dealing with the drug game, the robbery game, the carjacking game, house invasion game. I've seen all of that shit. There is no light at the end of the tunnel for all of that. So you have to come with a game plan, and you just got to learn when it's your time to walk away, you walk away. I will always love my neighborhood. I will always love where I come from, because that experience in my life has taught me so much to help keep me alive to this day. I still look over my shoulder. I still watch my surroundings. I still watch my back. You know what I'm saying? I still keep that hairline on me. You know? Because you only live once. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. And I'm out. Peace.